Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today marks day 12 of Heist League spoiler season, and it's a very quiet one, so I'll get through everything as quickly as I can. So there's one new base, there's one new unique, and some absolute genius on Reddit has managed to dig into the mystery of the Cursed Words divination card a little bit further. So let's start with that because it's a funny one. Cursed Words is a divination card that says if you look hard enough for hidden meaning, you will find it. Some absolute legend, a Redditor by the name of TacoCat, has put all of the text on this card into an anagram searcher. So Cursed Words, patch notes when, more of mischief, and if you look hard enough for hidden meaning, you will find it. 86 characters, and this turns into, would you hide when Krillson, master fisherman of Winding Pier fame, found you decoding how to catch fish? So I'm going to leave that there. That's just a little bit of a meme. There's not anything that will affect normal gameplay there, but if you're someone that has been following the fishing meme, you might find that a bit funny. There was a Replica Atziri Foible, Atziri's Foible, which is looking like it's a pretty interesting item. So this is all about that life, where the normal Atziri's Foible is all about mana. This is the opposite. It's all about life. Firstly, although it is not a marble amulet, it's a power amulet still, and it maintains the level 16 requirement. It has the marble amulet implicit of regenerating 1.62% of life per second. There'll be a blessed orb range on that. We'll have to see if it's if it can go as high as a marble amulet can. And then it's got 100 to maximum life, 21% increased life recovery rate. Life recovery rate is a very powerful stat in this game. And then items and gems have a 25% reduced attribute requirement. Now, this is going to be something that is, firstly, it's quite good, and secondly, it can have 20 fertile catalysts applied to it, which is a considerable cost. But if you do that, you're going to get 20% more effectiveness out of the first 3 mods. So the implicit 1.62% would jump up to 1.94% of life regenerated per second. 100 life becomes 120 life, and 21% increased life recovery rate increases to 25%. All in all, I think that this is actually a really strong unique item, especially given that the items and gems having reduced attribute requirements is actually a meaningful bonus. You've got to cover your stat requirements somewhere, and usually you don't get all of the stats you need just by incidentally pathing near things on the tree. You need to dedicate a couple of mods on items in order to get, let's say that you're playing a witch build that's mostly intelligence based. You probably don't meet dexterity requirements of some of your auras or some of your other skills. So that's actually meaningful. It's not a total junk roll. And then the other 3 mods on it are significant. I can see this being used a fair bit. Ultimately, at very high-end endgame play, you'll probably be able to get yourself a unique item. Oh, sorry, not a unique item, a rare amulet that's better than this. But until that point, I can see this being excellent, from all the way from level 16 up to very high level. Lastly, we have a new type of experimental base, and that is the Impact Force Propagator. This is a Maul. This is a big Maul. Now, in terms of its base physical damage, someone's run the numbers on it, and it looks like the base physical damage on this is a little bit lower than on some of the top tier two-handed weapons. But that implicit is everything. Warcries exert 1 additional attack. For Earth Shatter, I believe that this is just the best in-slot base by an unbelievable margin. And additionally, it can be used in conjunction with Influence. You can apply an Influence to an Impact Force Propagator with, say, a Redeemer's Exalted Orb, or more likely a Warlord's Exalted Orb for this item. And then if you want something from the Shaper or Elder mod pool, you can then merge it with, say, for instance, if you were to loot an Elder Coronal Maul, you could then use an Awakener's Orb to merge them together and wind up with an Elder and Warlord Impact Force Propagator. So you can get this with any sort of influence that you want on it, with the exception of Shaper and Elder simultaneously. In terms of the power, Warcry's exerting 1 additional attack is a huge damage multiplier to the Earth Shatter skill and is very solid on any sort of slam build, whether you're using Earth Shatter or something else. One other thing that's really noticeable here is this has tier 1 tier 1 physical damage roll, or alternately it might have a tier 2 or tier 3 physical percent roll with a hybrid accuracy and physical damage roll. And then it has a tier 2 flat physical roll. The reason that I'm pointing this out is that it is widely believed that these items will drop with a strong bias towards rolls that you might want on them. So if you were to then further craft this Impact Force Propagator, it would be no different to crafting on a Coronal Maul. But at the point where it drops, it's widely believed that they will have far above average mods. Ones that synergize with what the weapon is trying to do, which in this case is physical damage with slow attacks, and that they will be higher tier than average. Anyway, that's all that we've got today. Next thing I'm planning to put out is a League Start economic strategy, but I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a good one.